Following the massive flooding that has affected almost all the states of the Federation, Nigerians are wondering what steps the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is doing to mitigate the assault on several affected areas across the country. NEMA's primary responsibility is to rescue affected persons and provide relief for disaster victims.
You're welcome.
Recently, the agency received equipment to boost its capacity to respond to disasters. They include mobile emergency intensive care unit ambulances, response vehicles, water purifier trucks, motorized boats and inflatable boats, among others. And many Nigerians expect to see this equipment put to good use. However, NEMA insists that despite the equipment it has received, its operations are still spread thin. As a federal agency, NEMA works with state emergency response agencies to carry out these interventions despite the challenges.
My directors, everybody. So if you go to NEMA headquarters, our equipments are not there. We use, like for instance, our water treatment, we have water treatment equipment vehicles. We have 4 of them. The problem is we only have 4, but we have to keep rotating them. Benue, Jigawa, Kano, we are just taking, because when it floods, the first thing these people need is even drinking water.
NEMA also lists some of its interventions to ameliorate the sufferings of victims of this disaster.
NEMA has distributed relief items to 31 states so far. The President has graciously also approved 12,000 metric tons, which is 400 trailers of grains from the agri reserve, 12,000 metric tons, including food items and non-food items. NEMA has distributed around.
Therefore, like Oliver Twist, the agency is asking for more resources to avert fatalities during disasters. And federal lawmakers are pledging to play a part in supporting the operations of this agency.
NEMA should be funded very well because whatever that had been proposed has been appropriated to NEMA before the advent of the flooding. I think there will be need for NEMA to be really funded. And in so doing, as you said, budget has been presented. That does not foreclose the fact that the Senate can, the National Assembly can tinker with it and look at areas that are unnecessary, been budgeted for, and take them to where it's necessary.
Senator Sani Musa, who is also a member of the Senate Committee on Water Resources, captains one of the agencies of government who he says is strategic to mitigating the challenges of flooding.
I don't see why an agency like the river basins been allocated annual budgetary of 9 billion, 8 billion, and at the end of the day, just the example I gave earlier, it is actually river basins. I thought the main objectives, part of the objectives of river basins is to develop initiatives on how we can produce in this country, how we can boost agriculture in this country, how we can boost irrigation in this country, how they can conserve oil, how they can preserve the water in the dams for the benefit of dry season and do irrigation.
As the country grapples with the disruption of lives of millions of Nigerians by this year's flood disaster, it's important that moving forward, NEMA rightly positions itself to effectively carry out its mandate.